Hello and welcome to another episode of the SMEFocus show, brought to you by FactoryNOW TV. I'm your host, Chris Greenough, and in this series we will focus on SMEs within the British manufacturing sector. Every week we will discuss and analyse the opportunities and challenges facing the industry in these unprecedented times. I have worked in the sector for over 26 years and I'm CCO at SDE Technology, one of the leading manufacturers of pressings and assemblies in the UK. So as you can hopefully appreciate, this show is very much for manufacturers by manufacturers. My guest today is David Llewellyn, Sales Executive at James Lister Sons Ltd. David, welcome.
Welcome, Chris. Thank you.
Great to see you. And I like your pop-up banner. I like the advertising. That's exactly what I would do if I had the chance to come on this show. Well done. Nice to see you. So tell us about James Lister Sons and what you do.
Right. James Lister Sons, we're a family-run business that's been trading for 147 years. We're established in 1874. It's still a family-run business, fifth generation. But we are so much more than industrial supplies. We're based in the Midlands and we look after customers in the Midlands. We want to be heart of the country. We work with key suppliers and we ensure that we're going to be around for the next 150 years. The customer base we have is all sectors. And because we're so established, we have a very loyal customer base, which has been helping in previous current times.
Yeah.
We work with the customers that have the projects that are most important to them. They'll present us with a problem and we'll try and find a solution and work with them.
Okay.
And that principally is James Lister's, looking after all things for all customers.
And how long have you been with the business, David? You haven't been there since the inception, I guess?
Not quite. I'm getting older, but not that old.
Oh, we all are, I don't.
I've been 3 years, and
okay.
My engineering background, it was a full engineering apprenticeship with a company no longer by name, but they're still available, but via the Asser Abloy Group, with Josiah Parks and Sons, which was the Union brand of locks. I did a full engineering apprenticeship with them, a 5-year technician's course.
Yep.
And they allowed me to go through and do ONC, HNC, a full degree, which took me on past the apprenticeship. And
Fantastic.
12 years with them, learning everything with all basis of manufacturing and management, project management, quality, the whole range of engineering, really.
Fantastic. So that, while we're on it, that apprenticeship route, because that's something we're advocates for on the FactoryNOW portal. I mean, it's the best way to get into a company and actually learn everything about that company. And as you said, it's taken you into project management. It's taken you into all the depths of engineering.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing that apprenticeships teach you is to adapt, be flexible, develop, and constantly have the will to learn, because every day is a school day.
Absolutely. And manufacturing and engineering are rapidly changing, and certainly working within an SME, there's good opportunities to learn everything about that business. So you remain a family-run business. How does that help you push the company forward?
Because it's family, and those family beliefs and the will to help, everybody sees everybody as the family. So we are an extension of the Lister family. And the good thing being that there's always support there. You know, if there's a problem that needs to be resolved, we get round together and we resolve it. And the knowledge we have, the people have done 40 years with Listers, and you know, and down through the ranges back to my 3 years. So the knowledge is unprecedented, you know, and people can come and help with anything. And that's the support's there is what I'm trying to say.
And it's that family-run business mentality. So we're SDE Technology. We're still a family-run business. Richard Homden, our CEO, is the driving force and pushes us along every day. But it is knowing that you've got the backing of a family. They are interested more than a public sector, for example. They're interested in maintaining that business going forward for years to come.
Absolutely, and it is about stability. Financially, we're healthy. And that's one thing that's kept us going through the COVID months, knowing that whatever happens month in, month out, and driven by customers' needs or not so many needs, we're stable and trying to keep everybody safe. And it works.
Absolutely. So 2020, obviously, you mentioned COVID was a tough year in business. Yeah. You supply into a wide range of sectors. Where's the growth coming from in 2021?
Growth in 2021 will be taking on new business. Okay. And that's really what we've had in the last few months has been a resurgence of customers that have drifted away, and they've come back to us, and we're finding out that the customer base is widened so that the spend is less, but more of it.
Over a wide range.
Over a wider range. And then what we're hoping and working with the customers to do is that they remain with us post-COVID, so that wider base will generate more sales through. But
absolutely.
We have different divisions within James Listers. Supplies is the engineering industrial arm. That's all the products from PPE through tooling, cutting tools, hand tools, power tools,
lubricants, hygiene,
stationery.
I can see it all on your pop-up banner behind you.
and more.
and more, obviously.
But then we have the fluid power division, motorsports division, cleaning machines division, tube manipulation, engineering services. So we're trying to be prepared for whatever happens in the future, and nobody knows what that is, and we're just trying to develop and adapt with the customers. If the customers want more tube manipulation, we'll invest in that. And if people want more hygiene products, as they have over the last year, we'll invest in that. And it's adapting to what's happening, and we still don't know, but it's looking brighter now that this year we'll be out of COVID in a few months, and I think everybody is happier for that, and the smiles are coming back on people's faces.
Absolutely, and we've now got that roadmap. Boris and his government have given us the roadmap to come out and release the lockdown. Let's see how that pans out. It is very early days, so let's see how it goes. But the vaccine rollout is going fantastically. A real testament to the NHS. So going back to 2020 then, the impact of COVID on the business, were you and the team furloughed, or how did you get on last year?
Yeah, last year was difficult, and we lost a colleague to COVID. So it was shocking, most important in the sense that we knew fully what was required, and the protocols that were put in place was to thoroughly clean down and have the wipes and the sanitizers and the gloves and the masks and the visors. Whatever was needed was put in place, and everybody followed the protocols because of what happened with our colleague. And understanding then when there was protocols on sites for deliveries, no transfer of germs when you're handing over pens and paper. So we understand that, we adapted that and worked with it. But there has been the increase in sales of sanitizers, cleaning products, paper products, gloves, disposable gloves particular. And all of that side has seen an increase, whereas the decreases in sales has come from pretty much every other sector, partly because the customer base haven't been there.
They're either closed or furloughed their staff, unfortunately.
And through the furlough scheme, where several people were off for many months, everybody else was off for as few months as possible. And we've worked through it, and I think we'll come out of it stronger for it.
Okay, and obviously you've got quite a wide supply chain that feeds into you. We're now in Brexit, post-Brexit times. What's that having as an impact on your business in either a positive or negative way?
Positive is the sense that we've all seen the worst. So in the songs, the words of Dream, things can only get better, and they are going to get better. And I'm an eternal optimist. Always look for the best in things, and I'll look for the best in people. So the things will get better, but making them better is being ready And
Yes.
another motto that I've got is the Boy Scouts, be prepared. So the suppliers to us, our key suppliers, have increased their stock holding through these times gradually and steadily, so that when we're out of it, there's more supplies to keep things going, because there will be an increased demand.
Yes.
There'll be an increased demand coming in these next few weeks when schools are fully back and having to clean down and hygiene products. So we're ready for that. Detrimentally, we have had to lose various people along the way with redundancies and trimmed staff down at the departments where we needed it. So it's everybody, all hands to the pump, coping with the extra demands.
And it's the extra demands. And what about, have you seen prices rise in the supply chain or lead times increase because of increased paperwork at the ports, for example?
Yes, and that is sad to see that the increases are going up more than a little bit. Some of the increases are double digits, and 20% has come through on some. But all you can do is be honest with everybody and show what the costs are, and the increases, because if costs are going up that much, and in particular the container prices, it seems because the shortage of containers, the scarcity of them is driving that price through, which adds to an on cost of shipping. So it's trying to hold them down as long as possible and negotiate a steady increase rather than a massive increase.
It is, and once the ports sort themselves out, we will get back and we will come out of Brexit. So your plans for the rest of 2021 is the plans for growth, investment?
Growth, and I think it's three main things: sell, sell, sell. But selling isn't all about offering products. It's sitting down with the customer and understanding what's important, what's needed, and working out a solution. And my answer to it, when people say, is your glass half full or half empty, I'd like to think I find the right glass for the amount that's needed.
Fantastic. It's great to talk to you, David, and great to hear the Lister story. And to be in business that long, the company must be doing something right. Fantastic to talk to you, and good to see you today.
And good to see you, Chris. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Take care.
Cheers then. Bye-bye.
That brings us to the end of another show. Thank you for watching. I look forward to meeting more of our brilliant SME manufacturers next week. If you would like to get in touch with the show with a comment, a suggestion, or to appear on a future episode, please email us tv@mtd.media. Thank you again for watching. So from me, Chris G at SDE, goodbye.